Alright, we're back. I don't have a clue where I'm going. Too busy.
You're going to the Blue Dot.
Yeah, the Blue Dot Hotel. You know, I was thinking maybe you and I should just play all the Bond games.
Yeah!
I mean, Jake and I will do... He and I can do GoldenEye. Because that's like one of his favorites or whatever. But the rest of them, you and I will do them. We gotta have our own thing.
Exactly.
And like
our thing is Bond, because, you know... So back you were saying about,
Oh, Roger Moore.
About Roger Moore?
Because, like, I don't think of him as, like...
Because I said off camera that, you know, that we both kind of, like, we like Daniel Craig, but we don't like him because he's too...
He seems too brutish to me.
Too brutish.
He lacks the suaveness of Sean Connery. Because to me, Sean Connery's, like, perfectly in the middle of, like...
The brute strength and suave.
Yeah.
And then I also said, then that's when I said, too, like, also Roger Moore. To me, Roger Moore's also in that middle as well.
But I don't view him as, like, you know, the killer type. But that also goes along with, like, his interpretation of James Bond is, like, you know, he's a killer, but he doesn't really enjoy having to do it. Like, he kind of has this disdain for killing. And it's just, like, he kind of views it as, like, well, it's my job, so I'll do it. Which, you know, I can understand that. You know, when you look at it that way, so it's like, oh, it all kind of makes sense now. Because people kind of, like... Would you get in the car, please? Shit, I forgot what I was talking about.
About his interpretation of...
Yeah, because, I mean, the only one where he... The only movie where Roger Moore really does, like, a cold-blooded thing, like, really... Actually, no. There's two movies where he does, like, really cold-blooded stuff, and they're actually, like, my favorite Roger Moore bits. The Man with the Golden Gun, he's really cruel to people.
Yes!
Like, I love it.
Oh my god.
They're like, I am now aiming precisely at your groin, so speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm just like, more of that, please. Like, there was this movie, I didn't see the whole movie, it's called The Wild Geese or whatever.
I've heard of it.
There's this scene where, like, he forces, like, this drug dealer to, like, eat a bag of cocaine because he found out, like, he supplied it to, like, the little girl. I'm just like, yeah, he's just, like, forcing him at gunpoint to eat the cocaine, and the guy's, like, dying on the floor, and he just, like, walks out like nothing. I'm like, why didn't you do that as Bond? Like, that's dark as shit, because this was, like, the 70s, and, like... can you imagine Roger Moore playing Bond like some Charles Bronson Death Wish thing?
Yes.
That would have been fucking amazing. I mean, I like Roger Moore's Bond the way it was, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's sort of one of those, like, what could... Jesus. The car disapparated into the universe of where Roger Moore played the dark, brooding Bond.
Right.
Like, come back! Or, take me with you! But yeah, the other one... Actually, the other really dark Roger Moore moment is actually my favorite Bond moment, period. It's in For Your Eyes Only, when he corners the guy who killed his friend.
Yeah! Oh!
Where the guy's car is, like, teetering on the cliff, and he's just like... He just, like, goes up to it and he just, like, kicks it off the cliff. I'm just like, more, please! No pun intended, because I just realized... Oh, yeah.
Roger Moore.
I'm just like, oh god, I pull a Jake. It's so awesome. And of course, he still gets to have his cheeky, you know, one line.
Yes.
Like, he had no head for heights. But, I don't know, I have, like, a love-hate with, like, Roger Moore, because, like, I love, like, half of the movies, the other half are just kind of meh to terrible. Like, I used to not really like Live and Let Die until I, like, rewatched it when I got older, and I'm just like, you know what?
See, that was me, too. That's why I have a new fascination with Roger Moore now, because when I was younger, I kind of really didn't care for him.
No.
Roger Moore at all, but once when I was older and I kind of like sat down one day, because there was like one day, I think it was a few years ago when they were celebrating 50 years of Bond, they had on AMC, they had a all-day Bond marathon starting from Sean Connery going all the way up to Daniel
so
Craig.
you watched all the
and so
Rock and Roll.
I literally woke up at like
jeez.
7 o'clock in the morning, and
It's like, get the fuck out of my way. There was like a tank.
and I literally got up at like 7 o'clock in the morning when it started and watched all those movies, and that was when I realized I got that new fascination with Roger Moore.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't appreciate stuff till you're older.
Yeah, like what was it?
Like, example, like we were talking about Flash Gordon. I thought that movie was stupid. When
Me
I was
too,
younger.
when I was younger.
Because, like, my dad, that's, like, one of his favorite movies or whatever. He loved that. I'm like, this is stupid. And then I started getting into Queen. I'm just like, oh, they did the soundtrack for Flash Gordon. Maybe I'll give it another shot. I watched it. I'm like, this is the stupidest movie I've ever seen, and I love it.
Right?
I'm like, it's one of those, like, it's cheesy as hell, but it's awesome. It's like the original Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
It's just like that cheesy kind of Saturday matinee thing, but it's fun.
Yeah. And it was also another movie that we were talking about earlier, too, about how I forgot what it was and what exactly we were talking about, but it was like one of those things that we saw as a kid, but then we saw it again and we had this like newfound fascination for it.
I can't remember what
I can't remember either. I don't know if it was a movie or if it was something else.
Probably a movie. I don't know if I'm actually supposed to fight the tank, but I'm just gonna...
You're just...
Stick and move.
Right?
Well, look, I only got like half health left, so it's just like... I don't know if I took it out. I'm not sticking around to find out.
But yeah, that's how I ended up falling in love with Roger Moore again, was just from watching those old watching them all over again.
I think his movies overall are better than most people give him credit.
Yeah.
This is like, they're still fun. They're just, I mean, yeah, they're a little campy. Like, people fucking complain about, like, oh, the Roger Moore movies are so campy. I'm like, have you fucking watched Diamonds Are Forever lately? That shit's campier than all of the Roger Moores combined. I mean, there's really good stuff in there, but I really think Diamonds Are Forever is a mostly really shitty movie.
Yeah.
Except for, like, it has the worst Blofeld, first off. Like, I don't even remember the actor's name. But it is like, there's a part where he, like, dresses in drag, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, the last movie, he fucking shot Bond's wife. Okay, honestly, I think the reason I have such disdain for Diamonds Are Forever is because it follows on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah.
It's like this fucking down-to-earth, serious Bond movie, and then you get fucking Blofeld dressed in drag in the next one. I'm like, what is this shit? I swear to God, if George Lazenby had stuck around, Diamonds Are Forever would have been like Death Wish before Death Wish.
Yes!
This dark-ass, gritty revenge thriller. It would have been License to Kill before License to Kill. Bond goes rogue and fucking murderizes Blofeld and all of Spectre. He just goes rogue and goes on a fucking killing spree. That would have been Diamonds Are Forever, and it would have been awesome. And what do we get?
We got that. We got Blofeld as
in drag. I do really like the gay, like, assassins or whatever. Mr. Kent, like, I find them, like, so entertaining.
Very entertaining.
I also really like Jimmy Dean in there. For some reason I get a real kick out of the way, like, Bond is, like, talking about, like, the various, you know, holdings that he has that Blofeld might be using. He's like, oh, it's oil rig in Baja. And he's just like, Baja? I haven't got anything in Baja. Or the other one who's like, his assistant tries to kill him. He's like, tell him he's fired. It is like already dead rolling down.
Right.
But, alright, jeez, I've been at this forever. I don't know if I'm actually supposed to destroy the tank. I don't remember.
Well, I think you're supposed to get past the checkpoint.
Well, the checkpoint's like right there. Would you kindly fuck off? Jesus.
I think you should go to a,
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my car repaired. You know, if I make it there in one piece. Fuck off! Damn. Yeah, the map's not very helpful because it's like you can only see like a tiny little. Jesus Christ. Come on now. I really don't want to do this a second time.
There you go.
It would be nice if I could see where I'm going. Alright, go away!
I think you're getting close.
I hope so. I really hope I'm getting close.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Well, like I said, the maps were... I'll be damned if I'm gonna get done in by a fucking flower pot. Oh, come on! There we go. They never saw me going in and oh shit, there they are. Alright. You know, I stupidly almost said, wow, the music reminds me of The Incredibles. I'm like, you fucking idiot, the music was inspired by Bond.
Right?
Alright. After having my Jake moment, we're gonna call this a... We'll pick this up after we get back to where the tank is. So we'll see you there in a minute.